cause permanent damage to the person, it's deadly force, and you should only use it if your life is in imminent danger. You may use self-defense to defend yourself and someone you know to be innocent. Who is innocent? How do I know? Follow a simple rule. Protect yourself, protect your wife, and mind your own business. This is a cell phone, in case you're not familiar with it, in case you've been under a rock for 25 years. This cell phone I used to film my first video on YouTube where I was shooting my dealer's gun. You can take pictures, you can take videos, you can call 911. If you see a crime being committed, you don't know who's involved, you don't know what the problem is, get on the phone, call the police, and you'll make a great witness. Take a picture of the license plate, videotape the crime as it occurs, get that to the police, it'll be very useful for them. You see two men fighting. Why are they fighting? Are they drunk? Is one of them robbing the other person, that person is not defending himself? Is one of them a police officer? You don't know. You just don't know. Classic example. This was presented to me by my professor, who was a Virginia State Trooper, who I had a while, and another professor who was a New York City narcotics detective. You have a gun on you. You're walking down an alley. You see a man against the wall. You see a man with a gun pointed at the back of his head. You pull out your gun. You shoot the gunman. The gunman is a detective. The man you saved is a drug dealer. You have murdered a police officer during illegal arrest. You are going to prison. The law says that you must know the person is innocent before you take action against that person. And you will be charged, make no mistake about that. Law enforcement officers are required to stop felonies while they are required to respond to felonies while off duty. If a New York State Trooper is in Hawaii and he sees a felony, he must respond. How do you respond? The New York City narcotics detective told me the same thing he told his union delegates. He's also a union delegate. You pick up the phone, you call 911, you be a good witness. You only pull out that gun if you absolutely have no choice. Also, practical reason. You pull out a knife, you pull out a gun, you try to stop the criminal. Unless the criminal is threatening the life of the victim, you using a weapon is going to be considered vigilantism. Also, you may accidentally stab or shoot the victim. Also, police officers that are responding may not recognize you as a good Samaritan or an off-duty police officer, and they may kill you. That's a big problem in Westchester County, where I live. We have a lot of off-duty police officers. They see a felony in progress. They pull out their gun. Police officers come and see this. All they see is a guy with a gun, and they shoot him and kill him. It's not worth your life, even if you're a police officer. Don't be a superhero. This isn't a comic book. Don't save the world. If 1,000 people are on a crowded street and they see you getting the shit beat out of you, you'll be lucky if one person calls for help. So just by the fact that you pick up the phone and call for help makes you better than most people out there anyway. Make that call. Don't get involved. It's not worth your life. Something else I wanted to touch on. The castle doctrine. You've heard this story. A man's home is his castle. There is literally a doctrine called the castle doctrine that states, like I said before, if you can retreat with safety, you must do so. According to the castle doctrine, if you are in your own home, you do not have to retreat. This does not mean that if you're in your own home and your neighbor has a big mouth, you can walk up to and hit him. This means if you're in your own home and you're being threatened, your family's in danger, you can fight without retreating. And if necessary, you can use deadly force. One thing about home burglaries, a lot of people think that you can just kill a burglar for being in your home. It's not exactly true anymore. You can still only kill the burglar if he's threatening your family, your life. Let's set the scene. You're in bed. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You hear a lot of noise downstairs. What do? You always have a phone in your room. You could have a landline, but the Manson family used to cut landline phones. Good cell phone with good reception is better than a landline. You pick up the phone, you dial 911, and you say, "Someone is invading my home. I fear for my life. Please help me." In your bedroom, like I have, you should have a deadly weapon. A gun, a bow and arrow, a crowbar, a bat, a weapon that you can use to inflict deadly force if necessary. And you wait in your bedroom for the police to come, and God forbid the burglar comes into your home or goes into your kid's room, you can use the weapon to defend them. If you choose to confront the burglar, know that you do so at your own risk. How many burglars are there? Most burglars just want stuff, and if they're discovered, they'll run out of the house really fast. But every once in a while you have a real bad person, a home invader, and a psychopath. If you leave your bedroom, you choose to confront the burglar face to face. How desperate are they? Do they have weapons? How many of them are there? Now, assuming you want to leave your bedroom, you get your gun, you go out, you see the burglar. For the love of God, make sure it is the burglar, not your girlfriend or your mother that are getting a sandwich or some shit at 2 o'clock in the morning. You are more likely to shoot a family member than an intruder. You make sure the person that is in your sights is an intruder. When you find them and identify them as an intruder, you hold the gun on them, you tell them to get on their knees, to put their hands on top of their head, they're under arrest. If they go like that, and you shoot them, that's going to be justifiable because you think they're reaching for a weapon. If you have a nice bronze statue on your bed or on your table, and they pick it up and throw it at you, can you shoot them?